All down here?
Yeah, good to go. Okay. Good evening, everyone. We'll take questions from the floor to start us off. Hard, please.
Congratulations, Jesper. Miami got that quick goal. Your team really turned it on in the second half. I'm wondering what kind of message did you relay or what kind of positivity in that halftime where your team really stepped on the accelerator?
Yeah, I think that, we did ourselves a very good favor last week because we didn't need to rush things and we didn't need to, go panicking because we were up 2-0. And what we said in the second half was that the pitch was open. We already had some good chances in the first half. We couldn't convert it, but the pitch was open and we just needed to play the extra pass when we broke through. And I think we did that really well. We also had some fortune, with Pedro's goal. But I think we really came out strong from the start of the second half and exploited that the pitch was very open. They had some players that stayed up front, so they had to defend with a few guys. So I just said, just keep on running, run forward.
Get to the back.
Coach, right here.
Yes.
Congrats for the win. Coach, can you tell us something a little bit about Pedro and Cubas today, the performance that they did? I think it was great, but can you explain how they played today?
Yeah, I think Pedro, we have seen lately just becoming better and better and having a ton of confidence, playing well on the ball. He's also the player in the beginning where we had some difficulties. We could rely on keeping the ball, play out of pressure, and we could get up to the next phase in the game. And I think that he is a very big talent. And if he pushes talent, he will become a very, very good player. Cubas is a very reliable player. He always gives his best. He helps his team. He is, not the guy that runs with the headlines all the time because he's not a goal scorer. He's not a guy that provides goals, but he's a very, very good player for us.
Michael?
Jesper, first of all, congratulations on getting to the final. It's a monumental occasion for the club, for the players, for yourself. Hard to ask you this 15 minutes after the final whistle, but what's the feelings, what's the emotions like for you right now?
I'm just so happy for everybody in the club. For me, I'm relatively new and I've not had the struggle to come this far with the club, but I know that a lot of people have. A lot of people have working for many, many years in the club have not seen this moment. And I think that it's great for everybody in the club, for the fans. Maybe we can also rally in the city of Vancouver behind the team even more and hopefully excite people. I think also I need to say here that I would like to thank Miami for 2 great games because they have a great team and it's not always easy for them because they have these players to come in with all the pressure upon them. But I think that it was 2 great games and we came out on top. It could have gone a little bit different, especially with the goal in the first half. But I'm very happy for the players. I'm very happy for everybody working in the club, and I think it's great also for our fans that we get this moment. I hope we can enjoy it.
Front row over here, please.
Daniel Forrestine of Bad Dog Sports. What does it say about your side? You've gone to every single away leg. And even though it looks like the chips were down, your side finds a way to get the results that you need, and now you're going to the finals.
There's some things that you can work on in daily practice. There's something that you can train, that you can try and simulate in the daily work. But there are also things that you can't. You need experience. You need to go down to Monterrey and need to perform a result to get that confidence that you can do it again. You need to score in the latest minute against Pumas, not to go in panic when they score early here in this game. And that's just, it comes from just for the opportunities we have to be in those moments, get that kind of confidence out of having been there and having prevailed in moments that are very, very tough for the team. So I think we are still a relatively unexperienced team in that regard. We're up against a team with players that played all the games there is to play in this sport. And of course, they have a better knowledge of what it takes in these moments, but we have to learn it. And right now we are happily learning it in a very, very pleasing way.
Jesper, congratulations. What was the game plan against Miami? Because you seem to expose your team, the weakness they have, especially on the wings. What was the game plan for both the games?
Yeah, we saw from the first game that we also knew that they have to come out, go up high and could not wait. So we knew that they would play one-on-one on the last line, and we knew we had a lot of speed there. Could we get the ball down from Brian and play from there? Then we knew that we could run with Miami, and and we tried that. We had some, as I said, some good opportunities in the first half as well, and then when we scored the first goal, it seemed as the players they relaxed a little bit more. They got a little bit more confidence, and Miami, you could see some of the players, the head went down, and then we had we also talked about if we score once, they might be a little frustrated, and then we have to push very hard the next period to get the second, and now we got the third, right? So if we scored once, then we just had to go for the second.
Coach Jesper, good night. Congratulations for the win. You look a lot to play one-on-one, Ahmed, with Weigand. That was the main goal tactically?
I said Ali had a very bad game the first, where he had good opportunities and Wigan had the upper hand in that. But we thought that Ali went too much on the outside. He could go on the inside. And if he broke on the inside, then the pitch would open up for Brian and for Sabi. And I think that's he played a very, very good game, Ali, and got the upper hand today. Right, so that was key. Also key was that Falcon got the yellow card. So we could play in front of Brian instead of behind him. So he had to take some aggressiveness off. So that was also a thing that we talked about in the break that we could exploit.
I'm Michelle Kaufman for the Miami Herald. Congratulations. I want to ask specifically, you were just talking about all the tactics. What specifically did you do against Messi and Suarez? Was there anything in particular that you did to sort of corral them? Thank you. And frustrate them?
Yeah, but you cannot stop them. You can try to limit them. We limit them very well in the first game. We didn't limit them that well this game. They had some good opportunities, and I think that we overplayed sometimes, where we could have stayed more calm. I think that they were good. Messi is, you can't really control what's happening when he has the ball, and he's not only a good goal scorer, he's also very good at attracting people and then play. And he did that also in the second half today, where they created some chances. He could go through the middle and then play out for Suarez on the left. And then they didn't score of one of the occasions. But you try to limit them. You try, of course, not let Messi just see one man, because then he's too good. You have to have an eye on Suarez, that he's a very clever player. He always bounces off the defenders before he receives the ball, and has a very good movement and good first touch, and also very underrated. He has a very good eye for his teammates. So of course we needed to try and make a plan for them, and also of course Busquets had too much space in the first game. Today we were better at limiting him in getting to Messi and Suarez.
Jesper, good to see you.
Thank you.
In terms of the second half, you guys did a great job too, in terms of just targeting those cutbacks, those soft spots in front of the box. Was that maybe something you kind of talked about, being a little more patient in what areas? Because you got in those areas in the first half, maybe rushing things a bit?
Yeah, we rushed it too much in the first half. Okay, we had the one where we played the cutback for Pedro in the first half, where they had a good save. But apart from that, we rushed it a little bit too much in the second half. We said play the extra pass, because some of the players are not running back. So I think the third goal where Sebastian played the extra pass. No, I think the second for Pedro, where we, instead of last week, Sebastian took the shot from that distance. Now he took the extra pass for Pedro. So we kept running with the next line. So one thing was the first line, the front three, they just have to run. And then very important that the second line came, because then we knew we could overrun them in the second line. So that was very, very good. We kept cool and played the extra pass. And I also think after especially the first goal, players got confident, knew that there was going to be a lot to not prevail now. And then we, as we said, if we scored one goal, just push, because then, everybody knows what the effect will be when you concede a goal, and it's huge.
Coach, so now here, Cruz Azul or Tigres, your thoughts about those two teams, and also the experience of facing already a couple of Mexican teams like Pumas and Rayados?
It's not to sound arrogant or anything. I don't have that well of a knowledge of them yet. We will get it. But, we already played two very strong teams from Mexico. We know it's very hard playing down there. If they draw tomorrow, we have the opportunity to play at home. That would be huge for us. But yeah, I know that the competition level in Mexico is great. I know also in this competition they have the upper hand compared to the MLS teams. But we'll get there. We'll figure out how we'll manage best possible and be ready for the final.
Hi, coach, over here. You guys have already eliminated 2 of the top 5 in terms of value franchises in this tournament with Rayados and Inter Miami. Also, you eliminated Pumas in the altitude of Mexico City. What are the qualifications or what are the qualities that your team has in order to beat these teams that on paper are the favorites or should have an advantage against you?
Sometimes it can be a little bit of being an underdog sometimes can make it easier, and you can play with a little bit more freedom. With the first 2 legs against both Monterrey and Pumas, we drew at 1-1, and we knew it was pretty easy for me to say, okay, we need to go out and score away, and we could play with a little bit more freedom. We were underdogs those games. Today was different. I think that this team has built confidence. It has built belief. And, when you get the opportunity to prevail in very difficult moments, because we were also lucky in Pumas, because when you go one goal down 3 minutes before the time, then you have to need extra and special to move on. And we had it that day. But I think they grown confidence out of those experiences. And that's good. Because it's difficult. It's difficult to manage the emotions when you have not been really in these moments, and so the more you get into those moments, the more you manage your emotions and manage, also play the way that you actually are capable of doing instead of rushing things. In the first game, for instance, against Miami, I was not that happy with the way we played. I was happy with the effort. I was happy with the structure and all that stuff, but we rushed too much. Today it was better. Even though we got behind 1-0, it was better. We played the game better and more mature today.
Hi, Jesper. Paul Tenorio from The Athletic. Kind of on that same note, you talk about gaining the experience, and earlier you talked about the names of some of the guys and their qualities, Messi, Busquets, Suarez, guys whose experience is through the roof in big games and big moments. What did you say to the team going into this series about not maybe getting caught too much looking at those guys or giving them that space and kind of battling their experience in big games like this against your relative inexperience for the group and maybe trying to seize on that a little bit of the hope and the momentum that you were trying to carry forward? Thank you.
Yeah, I think that every team has its strength and its weaknesses. And what we talked about was how could we play into our strength and how could we get the games into the strength of our team. I think it's fair to say that we have a younger team and also a team more capable of running and playing with high intensity. So what we wanted to do was also to press up high, to make sure that the pitch got big, because if the pitch got open and big, then we might be able to exploit. So actually trying to play into your advantages. When you play a team like Miami and you're unexperienced, it is difficult. It is difficult because it's the best player in the world who's coming. Maybe some of our players had a poster of him when they were kids. My son he's 24, so that's how it is. So it is difficult. So and it's like when players like that come to town, also the hype around the game in your normal environment at home in Vancouver is everybody goes bananas, right? They go over the roof. And there are 53,000 spectators, and we never have 53,000 spectators. So that's just how it is. And it's like Miami are just so used to it. All the players that's not Messi and are also used to it because they do it every week. And it's like circus comes to town. And when circus comes to town, you go to watch it, but we become a big part of it. So you have to control these emotions, control what is actually up and down. And you are a good football team, and that's the reason you're there. And that's why you have to see if you can find a way to maybe get the game played in your conditions, your terms. I think we did that better today than a week ago.
In the back row.
Hey, Coach, over here.
Yeah.
Congrats on the result. If I can ask you about a couple of your players, specifically Brian White. He scored the goal that sparked the result. He's tied for the Golden Boot lead in this tournament, named Player of the Month in MLS, and also Seb Berhalter, Match of the Man performance. It could be argued, but he's also going to miss the final. If you can give us your thoughts on that, how that will affect.
Yeah, we have to figure that out. We of course we're gonna have to play without Sebastian in the final, and I'm just sad for him, to be honest, because he has worked so hard and he has really progressed so much and has been a very big part of our team in this season. So, but you know, that's just the way it is. I would say Brian has been great for us. He's always dangerous. We know that we can get a goal when we have Brian on the pitch. We know that he's always ready to help the team both ways, both sides of the ball. And yeah, we took him out today. He felt something in the hamstring. We didn't want to go anywhere, and he also had a yellow card from the first game. We didn't want to go anywhere with him after the first goal, and then we scored the second so early. So we just took him out, and yeah, they've been doing fantastic.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Congratulations. You did great. Not today, but in the past with Pumas Monterrey. One of the players that I liked the most was Didier Ocampo. Will you please dedicate some words to his performance?
It is it's a young player that came to us last year when I was not there and didn't really make it into the team. But now he is also growing with the team. He's growing himself. He's very fast. He has good technique. He can go one-on-one, and he's actually a quite good breakthrough player. So he also provides chances and crosses for us. So he's a young man with great, he has a great character, and he also learns day by day. I think that what he has been doing now, he didn't have a starting position in the beginning because Matias Laborda played on the right back. I think what he has been doing lately has been great for us. And yeah, I watch him play and I watch him grow every day. And it's really nice for him also to have this feeling that he grows as a player. I know it wasn't that easy coming also all the way from Colombia to Vancouver. It's not that easy as a young man. He's 20 years old, and yeah, I'm happy for him, and he's doing very well.
Thank you, Coach. That's all we have for you tonight.